In this video, we're going to talk about Shasta's new program of installing fiberglass pools. We're going to talk about what a fiberglass pool is, who is it a good fit for and not a good fit for, and of course, we're going to talk about cost. My name is Skip Ast. I'm the Director of Sales at Shasta Pools, and I've been here basically since birth. Technically on the books, since it is my family's business, I've been here for 19 years. So what's a fiberglass pool? A fiberglass pool is basically a shell that is molded and made in a very controlled indoor environment. They're preset designs and they're using multiple layers of material to reinforce the shell. You may even have been on a boat or a yacht that was made out of the same material. So when they're molded in this controlled environment, they are then shipped out to where we are. And from there, we can crane over the shell itself right into the backyard and set it into the backyard. That's part of why it is such a fast install. So after almost 2 years of research, Shasta Pools has decided to partner with Latham Pools, who just happens to be the largest fiberglass manufacturer in the world. And Shasta is not new to fiberglass pools. In fact, we were installing fiberglass pools a little over 10 years ago. But if we all remember, about 10 years ago, the housing market was going through a serious correction and we decided to put a pause on that. So we, as a family business, wanted to explore and offer fiberglass pools as just another path, another option for our customers to choose on how to best enhance their lives. So let's talk about who's a good fit for a fiberglass pool. If speed of construction is important to you, a fiberglass pool is a great fit. For a concrete pool, from the start of excavation, which means the excavator is starting to dig the pool, to water in the pool, that could range from 2 to 2.5 months, depending on the complexity of the pool. For a fiberglass pool, from the start of excavation till water being put into the pool itself, that could be 2 to 3 weeks. So there is a huge difference in construction time. Another good fit for a fiberglass pool would be if keeping as low maintenance as possible on your pool is a top priority. Because of the gel coat material inside of the pool shell itself, remember, kind of like the deck of a yacht, there is no chemical exchange. So it's much simpler to balance the water of a fiberglass pool than it is a concrete pool. Additionally, for things like, say, algae has roots. It wants to anchor into a pebble surface or a concrete surface. Well, it can't do that in a fiberglass pool because the gel coat is so tight and it's so smooth, not slippery, but it's smooth, the algae can't take hold. So that's a much simpler process as well. Another good fit for a fiberglass pool is if you prefer a more hands-off, less involved design process. What I mean by that is the styles are pre-designed, and within those style categories, there's different sizes. So if you're not looking forward to going back and forth with a design team member, after a week or so of making tweaks here or there, move the bench there or here, a fiberglass pool could be a perfect option for you. You just pick it, select the size, and the design process is over. So you may be a bad fit for a fiberglass pool. If a very hands-on custom experience is something you're looking for, a fiberglass pool may not be a good fit. Remember, the styles and the designs are already preset. If you remember, I talked about if you want hands-off, then fiberglass could be a good fit. Well, the exact opposite is true. If you want to see a very particular bench in one part of the pool, or a unique water feature right in the middle of the pool, or a certain shape and size to your tanning ledge, well, you can only do that with a shotcrete pool. A fiberglass pool is already done. It's ready to go. Another bad fit for a fiberglass pool is if you're under the impression that a fiberglass pool is cheaper than a shotcrete or a concrete pool. You might be thinking because it's pre-built, that makes it cheaper. Well, it actually doesn't. There's a lot more involved. There's transportation, usually out of state. There's a crane involved. You don't need a crane for a concrete pool. So there's a lot of other components that actually can drive up the cost of that pool. So if that bottom line, top end price is the most important to you, a fiberglass pool might not be the right fit. So we've been asked, when is the best time to buy a fiberglass pool? And the easy, maybe even cheesy answer is year round. It's not uncommon for us to hear that in June, July, and sometimes even the beginning of August, that the summer's over, it's too late. And yes, technically that is true for a shotcrete pool, even though you can enjoy it year round. With a fiberglass pool, because it's installed from excavation in 2 to 3 weeks, versus a concrete pool being done in 2 to 2.5 months, you still have time. So what does a fiberglass pool cost with Shasta Pools? Now, a fiberglass pool can start in the upper 40s, even low 50s, as far as the initial price is concerned. Compare that to a concrete pool, really starts in the upper 30s, even low 40s. Now, I get a question a lot of the time and say, well, starting at, what does that mean? You have a lot of input as to where that price ends up based on the equipment you choose, the city you live in, the tax rate, and what is the cost of that permit. To learn more about our fiberglass pools, go to shastapools.com and under the New Pools tab, click on Fiberglass Pools. There you'll see our select designs and styles that we've picked out for you, as well as all the information we discussed today. Or simply give us a call where you'll talk with our scheduling specialist to find a day or time that's best for you. In this video, we went over our fiberglass pools. If you want to learn more about our shotcrete or concrete pools, click on this video.